DJ, it says, oh no, I think we've started,
I think we're live.
but oh gee. Well, there's a bit of a technical issue with the Twitter's not gone live for some reason, but I think that's all
That's all
right.
right. I think Liam has the wrong specs on.
Yeah, so
Hello,
that's
everyone.
rustiness,
welcome,
because we haven't been on for a few weeks.
welcome to a new episode of the Thrillos Global Podcast, the first of 20. I think it's the first of 2025.
It is.
We're back today, episode 53. I'm your host CJ, alongside Liam from Melbourne. Liam, mate, how are we?
Good thanks, CJ, mate. Ready for another year of Olympiakos in 2025.
Mate, and it's our biggest year. It's 100 years of Olympiakos, 100 years of happiness, sadness, tears, laughter, joy, all the mixed, emotions that you get watching Olympiakos.
Correct.
But off to a good start with the 2-0 win against Panetolikos. Sorry, almost said Panetolikos. It was a solid win for our Olympiakos team. I think today we'll just go over that. We'll talk a bit about the season so far, transfers, news, and whatnot. With that, I think we'll just get into it. And for those wondering, I think Christos will be joining us very soon. Thomas Umensky, evening lads. Thanks for joining, Thomas. Always appreciate the interaction. Liam, yap Esmas.
Hello, Tommy. How are you, man? Good
Liam
evening, everyone.
Marcos. Thank you, Liam, again for
Yeah.
joining.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah,
It's been a while.
2025. What's it called? Yeah, I've forgotten how to run these, but 2025 big year. As CJ said, started with a nice win. A bit of a boring match, to be totally honest with you, but at least we got the result. Obviously, first on the ladder by a point again. Um, I think we have a bit of exciting news to go straight into, CJ. And that is the signing that everyone wants to hear about that might be happening. Either one of Lorenzo Insigne, who is looking more likely at the moment, to be totally honest with you, but also Anthony is in the mix. Before I say my thoughts on that, what do you think about it, CJ, with those two players?
Um, it's a difficult one. It's a big conversation because if we're looking at the grand scheme of things and we're looking at the transfers that were brought in early in the season, now for the most part, obviously we all know what type of player Insigne was at his time at Napoli. Can't say the same about his time in the MLS. And it's unfortunate that William couldn't join us because he'd be able to dig in deeper than what we could on that. I feel like Insigne is more of a damage control signing. Um, Obviously, it's a big name if he did come to Olympiakos. I don't know if I'm honest with you how I feel about it. It's better than bringing in someone like William. I think Insigne could probably offer us more. But again, honestly, I haven't watched his time at MLS. If I'm going off, how he was at Napoli, I'd say it's a good signing. It's one we need right now, and it is January. We're not going to make any monster signings, but you know me, Liam. The one I'm very very keen on is, or the one I really want to happen is Andre Horta. Um, Now that's Insigne. Anthony, he's the fucking goat, man. He's the best in the world.
Bro, I don't know why. I'm actually
Best in
G'd
the
up.
world,
I'm actually G'd up to get him. I actually want
bro.
to sign him.
I want to see that lion.
That's it,
I
bro.
want him to whip out the Sonic. Nah, look. On a real note, I think it'd be cracker if we got him on loan. Like regardless of his form at United, like how many players in form went to United and their careers have turned to shit. Like he was an absolute. monster at Ajax, and I think that loan move is would be good for both parties. It'd be good for Olympiakos. It'd be good for um, Anthony. I think Anthony would. Oh man, I think I'd say some dumb shit on here. I have said some dumb shit. Look,
No, look,
would
I'll
I
give my
take
opinion.
Anthony over some of the wingers we have now? Like, yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what. I'll
Yeah,
tell you what, CJ. I'll give you my opinion on this. I don't think we go for Insigne. I think he's
washed.
washed. Yep. I think
Yeah,
if we're going to be playing Insigne, obviously he can bring a little bit of quality into the team. But it's just like Willian. We're going to touch on Willian next, but now that we've brought him up, we might as well get this conversation over. Look, he was starting to show a bit of form towards the end, and I was starting to like get behind him a bit more. But like it just shows that these players that come, their heart's not fully in it, man. Like they're just washed older players who've got a name and they're just not good enough anymore. And I think we saw that with Willie. He just couldn't like get a good run at games and a good output as a winger. Can we stop signing these names and players? Like Insigne would be another example of this. Like when like every time we've brought some big name like this over the last 5 years, it's just gone wrong. Like just take a different approach, and that's why. And it might sound dumb. I'm a little bit behind the Anthony signing, and I'm more behind than the Insigne signing because it's something different. At least he's a young kid who's what's it called? He's got his career ahead of him still, and he's got something to prove, especially now. With what's been happening with him recently, I'm sure everyone knows. Insigne's got nothing left to prove. He's shown what a player is. He's never going to reach that sort of level again. And they just come and they take the piss. They don't try hard enough. They don't care hard enough. They're not good enough, whatever the reason may be. And they all just like fail, these older players. It's time to change up the approach. And that's why the Anthony one, I'm a little bit behind because it's not someone that's like, in their mid 30s, late 30s that's just past it. Someone young, as I said, got a point to prove. And yeah, he's like absolutely dog shit for United at the moment. And he's an absolute joke. But what's it called? But who knows what he might do in the Greek League. A player like him who's got such bad press and negativity around him at the moment at United, he just needs a move away from the club and just a fresh start, and whether it's a loan or you know like just a different club in general. What's it called? He's someone that just needs a fresh start because his time at United's obviously like just right now it's got so much bad coverage around it, and some people forget what a player was. I actually probably wasn't worth the 100 million that they spent. I think that was way overpriced, but he still showed a lot of quality there. And you'd say like obviously the Dutch league's better, but the Greek league's at a not too far off the Dutch league sort of level. And yeah, what's it called? If he could do that in the Dutch league only a few years ago, I'm sure he can light up the Greek league, especially with a point to prove. So don't write him off. And I think that's why I think Anthony's a much better signing than Insigne.
I 100% agree with you. Um, I think I think the biggest factor in this is age. Now,
Yep,
obviously, Anthony's almost 10 years younger, pretty much 10 years younger. Insigne got 34,
something like that probably. Yeah.
something like that. Look, anyway, like the best thing Anthony could do for his career right now is remove himself briefly for all that pressure he's getting from the press and all around the world at his time at United. Obviously, like you said, 100 mil price tag and has not paid off. I think Olympiakos 100% will get way more out of him in the 6 months than we would ever get out of Insigne. Again, the biggest factor in that is the age. At 33 years old, 34, do you really have all you can give? No, you don't. He's given it all to Napoli. Um, Not only that, like every time we've signed someone at that age, not everyone. There is a handful of people. Like you had your Rivaldo, you had Valbuena that absolutely were monstrous when they came in, and they were older. They were around the same age as Insigne. If Valbuena was even older, but it's also like they don't have the identity of the club. Like when we got Dorosidis back, when we got Avram Papadopoulos back, they were 34, 35. But mate, their blood was Olympiakos. They gave everything to the club. And yet,
Yep.
like I said before, Valbuena, Rivaldo, they came in older, but they were still class. You know, players like Willian. that just came in, and since you mentioned it, we can talk about him. Did absolutely, yeah, maybe he picked up a bit of form. I wouldn't say he picked up form. I just think he looked a bit. He just looked a little bit better than what he was at the start of the season, but it still wasn't enough. But also, like, if we're going to dig into Willian, the one of the things that made him such a great player was his speed, and he obviously doesn't have that at this age. Whereas Valbuena, completely different style of player, could still kill it at his age, and at Galithea, he's still killing it. He's playing great. Um, so yeah, I agree with you. I'm not super psyched about Insigne, and out of the two, it looks like it's the one that's at this moment in time looks like there's more talk involved in that one. But again, Liam, my honest opinion, I think that transfer is damage control, and we've got to be realistic. It's going to be hard to get quality winger that we need right now.
Correct, correct.
Um,
Oh, I
but
think CJ Christos is in. Look at him. Look at him smiling in backstage. Have a
he's
look.
ready.
Look at
He's
the smile
ready.
on his face when you add him in. There you go. Have a look at him.
Legends, how are we?
Christos, how are you there?
Good, everyone. How are we?
Good, good.
Good to
Um,
hear.
Mate,
Chris,
Christos,
before we-
we were just
Oh,
talking.
you go.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you
mate.
go, CJ. Go.
Talking about
We are
Willian.
kinda, but we want your opinion on the rumors with Insigne and Anthony. Who would you prefer? Who would look better? What are your thoughts on all that?
Mate, I saw those rumors, and it's like comparing a chicken with an egg. Like, it's like the worst of the two evils, I think. The worst of the two evils. But if I'm going to take anyone, I'd probably take Anthony, just because, Insigne playing MLS in Toronto, not really getting the action that, the goals and assists that he should, whereas Anthony will probably deliver more for us because he's on loan from Manchester United, and Manchester United are a big club in quotation marks. So he's going to want to prove himself. So I think Anthony is probably better for us. I know there are a lot of better wingers that I will definitely take, but if Anthony wants to come online, I'd probably take him. I think we should have got Martial when he was available, but anyway, yeah, that's what I think.
And Martial
He's been playing really well.
killing it.
Just
He's
quietly.
doing good.
He's been a really good example, and that's an example, CJ, of what I was trying to say before, and that's good that you mentioned that, Christos. He's someone that is obviously of a younger age. He's only 27, 28, whatever Martial is, and he had a point to prove. After leaving United, leaving the big league, he had a point to prove. So he's not someone that's going to come around and just not be fully invested in where he's at. He knows he needs to bring back his career. It's not worked out the best for him in the Prem, and if he doesn't play well in the Greek league, it can only go worse for him. And that's a perfect example of why Anthony would be a decent idea for Olympiakos, I think. It's about that point to prove that they come with that mentality that they need to show something. It works out much better. Whereas these players like Willie and Insigne and stuff, I feel like they're going to come in and obviously with Marcelo, they don't have anything to prove. They've shown what I think Chris was cut out. They've shown their their quality, and they have no point to prove. But these players, they still have time in their careers. They have points to prove. So that's why I think it's the better option. And I think Olympiakos needs to learn off everything that's happened over the last few years with these players of these sort of profiles that we've gotten. And look at Ike, who's brought in Martial, doing really well, and look at players like that who are still of a younger age and need to show something.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. It's also these players now, like Martial, he would have gone in there with a lot of baggage. So it takes a special kind of manager as well to deal with that and work with that. El Kabi's back, baby.
Sorry.
I think Badiliba could. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Badiliba could get something out of Anthony, mate.
Anyway,
more out of Anthony.
It
Than
could get really bad as well, CJ. But
Chris, what we were saying as well. One of the points I raise is out of the two, the biggest factor is obviously the age where
See,
Where,
Chris,
whereas
what chick's messaging you at this time of the night, mate?
No one. Why?
You heard that, CJ? Yeah, that was him.
What? You heard what?
What were you
I-
laughing at? I thought you were laughing at the notification sound that Christos got.
no.
Were you laughing at the charity match behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Chris, what we were saying, well, my point was that the biggest factor in that is the age difference, whereas I think Insigne would come in with what we've seen more recently from like the couple that's joining on the team, that they just don't give a shit about the club.
Liam,
Whereas,
bro, come on.
We think Insigne
What?
would come in and just take it a bit lightly. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. He'll be like, oh, Greek league. What's the Greek league? So, whereas Anthony has a point to prove. That's why. That's what I'm saying. But Anthony's a bit of a mutro, but I think like he'll fit in well in the Greek league.
I don't think Anthony's a mutro.
He is a mutro. Have you not seen the way he plays?
He's a tiger, mate.
He's got Bruno Fernandes as his captain. Like mutro and mutro, mutro one, mutro two. Liam, you excited for tomorrow morning?
Could you tell who's a Liverpool fan?
I am. I'm excited.
Liverpool
I'm
versus Tottenham?
a Tottenham with absolutely no defense and goalkeeper. But that's not why we're here, Christos, because now
Big
that's what we're
age.
going to discuss. The goals of Olympiakos in 2025, what we want to see from the team. And I'm going to start first. I'm going to say I want us to come hopefully in the top eight. What a stupid way to describe it. Make the quarterfinals of the Europa League. I want to see us. We haven't gone that far in that competition for a very long time, or in any competition other than the Conference League, obviously last year. So I'd love to see us make at least the quarterfinals in the Europa League, and believe that we can have a chance to make it to the final, and just let us dream sort of and get close. Obviously, we want to win the Greek League and the Cup. We want to do the Cup double this year. And I think we want to see the players, the young kids, continue to grow, such as Mousakidis, Kostoulas. I want to see Papakornelos, Koutsidis, and Barkoulas get some minutes as well. I think that would be really nice. But I think we want to see those boys grow. And maybe, I hope we don't lose them this summer, but we might lose maybe one of them at least. But hopefully we see in this time next year and they're real established players that a lot of European clubs are looking on. And we're talking about 30, 40 million euros we can get out of them in the next transfer window, whenever that time may be. I hope we don't lose those two, especially just right now. But hopefully this time next year we can be talking about a large sum. I hope we hold on to them for that reason, that we can get more out of them if we continue to keep them. And I think it'll be better for them to stay at Olympiakos until they're at least 19, 20, and then go off to those bigger clubs so that they don't get stunted game time and lose their confidence, and then come back to Olympiakos and be at the same position they were 4 or 5 years ago when they're 24, 25. So that's what I want to see in 2025. What does everyone else? CJ?
Yeah, CJ.
Not get knocked out of Europe.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, look.
What is bro taking photos of?
Look. Not to be.
You see Liam in 1 second.
Not to be an absolute pessimist.
Pessimist.
I just don't want us to get knocked out of Europe. I'd like to get the league. I'd like to get the Great Cup. I'd love to see the double. It's been such a long time since we won the cup as well, so I'd really like to see that. I think Liam. I think you.
Who's that? Sorry. Yep.
No, I was just
Yeah.
Can you move your head so we can see that really nice looking man behind you, Christos? Oh, here you go. Can you move your head a bit, Christos, so we can just see that nice looking man? Yeah. It's good looking bloke, isn't it?
What do I want to see? Good. Thanks for asking. I want to see I want to see Olympiakos win the league because I think they can. Europe, I just want us to get past the round of 16, to be honest with you. I don't know what Liam thinks we can get to the 8, but I think definitely the 16 because Porto is very tough. But yeah, I just want us to make at least the 16. Yeah, and the Greek Cup would be nice too. We need to sign some competent wingers. None of these 35-year-olds coming for their pension and then doing nothing. I want to sign some competent wingers. Even Joe Lolly would be a good signing for Olympiakos.
Fuck's that.
Liam knows who Joe Lolly is. Just got a hat trick in Senior for Senior
Got a hat trick tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's actually solid. Like I think he was
Well,
at
he's
Forest.
the best player in that. He is the best player in our league, to be fair. But yeah, no, what's it called? No, I agree. And CJ, you mentioned yours. And yeah, we just need to win the league again. We haven't won the league in a few years. I think that's going to be the main goal. Obviously, we want to do well in Europe again. But winning the league and the cup and domestic, I think is really going to be the focus this year. But Menley Bar, obviously, we know his European pedigree. He's won his last 2 European competitions that he's been in. He hasn't been knocked out of Europe for over 2 years. So I think he'll want to continue. What are you putting on your screen, man?
It's
This
you.
guy, bro. But yeah, I think there's that. Yeah, CJ, anything else to mention about the football before I mention a few things about the EuroLeague?
Actually,
Why are you laughing? What's wrong with Emenike?
everything. Liam, no, I don't think so. I think
I'll do before we
I
do.
think we're gonna do like a halfway episode soon.
Yeah, hopefully next week we'll do a halfway episode as organised by CJ. Just quickly to the EuroLeague. We don't have our expert Yanni who watches every single game. It's very hard to keep up to date with everything European sports. Not up to date, but like watch European sports here in Australia because they're all at the worst times, especially the basketball, terrible times. But I've watched a few of the games, but I haven't watched every single one. But we'll get Yanni on who watches every single basketball game to talk about them. But we've got an absolute streak of winning games. 88-77 to Addis. We beat Zalgiris. We beat Lavrio. We beat Milano. We beat Marusi. We beat Alba Berlin. We beat Virtus Bologna. We beat Panionios. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row for Olympiakos basketball team, which is now putting us, CJ, if I get my thing up, second on the ladder in the Greek league behind Panetolikos by a point since we lost to them. Can you not do that? And behind Monaco, second with the same amount of wins and losses in the EuroLeague. So doing very well this season. Could be the year we win the EuroLeague again after 12 years.
Nice.
After 12 years, so could be very nice, Mr. Chrysos. So yeah, doing really good stuff in the basketball as well. So doing good things. It's an exciting year, especially for the basketball team. And we'll get Yanni to talk about. I know there's been a new signing in the EuroLeague and in the basketball team. So we get him on hopefully the next week to talk all about that. So yeah, stay tuned.
Beautiful. Yeah, I remember watching the match with Moscow, the EuroLeague final.
Yeah, everyone remembers that good old match. Huh?
That was insane. Chrysos, now if you let your ADHD go for a bit, you can tell us about something happening in a couple of weeks.
What am I talking about?
What is that picture?
What am I talking about? I don't know what
Yeah, yeah, that. Tell us.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In not this Sunday, but the Sunday after, we have, as you can read, Talking Media Maverick Productions charity match, VI, which is 6 for those that don't know Roman numerals. We have CJ, Liam, and I all going to be there. CJ is going to be a beautiful Martin Tyler-esque type interviewer. Liam is going to be on that left wing of mine, hopefully scoring some bangers for me. And yeah. All proceeds go to Paradise for Kids, who do crucial work in Sierra Leone, or as Liam likes to call it, Sierra Leone. And would love to see all of you there. Bring all your friends, all your family, all your cats.
There's going to be a CJ pitch invasion like that.
All your dogs. Mate, CJ CJ gets full access to whatever he wants. So,
Oh, does he get to keep all the money that gets to the charity or no?
well, no, not that, but yeah, we have for now. We have Melbourne boys coming, Tim and Matic coming, George Timotheo, who used to play for Schalke, and Anthony Lacascio, the comedian, also coming.
And Peter Kupadis, don't forget him.
Yeah, and Pius Baraji, who's unfortunately not on the
How
team.
have you not drafted Pius Baraji? We were all disgusted that he's not on.
That's why we were all watching. We just wanted to see him.
Everyone wanted Baraji. Why was he not picked up like immediately?
Because I'm not gonna not pick. I'm not gonna Nathan Piggott, who's a very good player. I'm not gonna let my brother have both of them, both Marcus and Piggott, who are really good players. Like, come on. And then I was like,
who does Marcus play for?
He used to play for RPA and Sydney Olympic, and I'm like, we'll
take out his legs first 5 minutes. Don't worry.
And I was like, well, I was like, I have to pick up Liam, so I did.
No, it's respect. Yeah. No, we won't let you down. Big shout out to KFC. And to you guys for making this happen, getting me into the game. Yeah, no, it's going to be exciting. I think the Kef boys, are excited. I think it was Panetolikos who agreed with you to get me into the match, which was really exciting when he called me up to let me know that I've been selected to play in the charity match. So you guys are doing some great work.
Yep.
It's just going to be a pleasure. It's going to be a pleasure to play.
Friends to know to spell my name properly.
Who?
Just everyone in your fan base don't know how to spell my name.
I think they probably copy how I spell it or something.
Yeah, because I've seen the graphic and they spelled my name wrong.
What what graphic?
The charity match draft pick Liam Hydaris, Team Chrysos select Liam Hydaris from KFC.
Oh, really? Wait, show me. I haven't seen this. Show me.
I'm looking at it right now, but they spelled my name wrong.
Is it good or not?
Hold on. One sec, my man.
Zaga finished the edit. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, done.
Is it good, or are you happy with that one, or should we tell Zagudis? Do you have a message for Zagudis?
I have a message. You just spell my name as Chrysos, not.
Oh, message him and tell him to spell.
I messaged the
Who sent you that? Was this a group? Who sent it to you?
KFC sent it to me.
Oh, it's probably like Panetolikos or something.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Well, yeah. So everyone, get down to the charity match. Absolute pleasure. Again, we'll talk about it next week when we do another podcast the week of the charity match. But absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me on it, and thank you to Chris.
Of course, we're all going to go out. DJ coming out Saturday the day before when they come from Melbourne, come for dinner.
Done. And then we'll do a bit of we'll take a Thrillos Global podcast.
Liam's going to be crashing at my place that night, Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm staying at Siege.
Well, I don't mind. Liam was. I did offer mine, so.
Yeah. No, I'm staying with my cousin in the west.
But like you offered the same bed, Chris. I offered a different room.
So did I.
I'm staying in West Sydney.
Wait, Chris, don't you have an announcement to make for the next 5?
Yeah, for the next 5 years, we're going to have CJ Liaskos coaching Team Chrysos. So there you go.
What, a 5-year deal?
Yeah, well, if we get to 5 charity matches, yeah. If we do 5 more.
Someone's warming that bench, it's going to leave a dent.
I reckon next year charity match, it could be KFC versus Team Chrysos. The Sydney All-Stars versus KFC.
One game in Melbourne, 1 game in Sydney.
Gee, 2-leg match.
We're going to get Matt Derbyshire to play in
it. That's massive. That's massive.
But no, honestly, guys, I think it's going to be a good year for Olympiakos. I know that without a doubt.
That's it.
Well, so far,
it's been a big year.
It's been
100 years, by the way. We didn't mention that. 100 years of Olympiakos this year. CJ, show the kit. You have the 100 years kit.
Yeah, I want that actually.
I got the. Wait, hang on. We got the.
I wanted to get William. on the back.
It says Conference League 2024 winners there.
Oh, Conference League. I thought that was.
But I do no one at the back. I do have the home jersey as well. I don't really want the blue one, but
Where did you get it from? I want one with William on the back.
Redstore.gr. Cost
I
my
want
life
William.
savings.
I
And
want.
here's a message to Redstore.gr. All right, the fucking pisokoledia. Let me tell you, they're never gonna watch this, but charging like 50 euros for delivery.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's
That's all
bad.
I
I
have to
don't know.
50 euros
There's
for
no
delivery.
That's
That's
all I
like
have
the
to
cost. That's like the cost of the kit.
You can't get the freaking jerseys anywhere else. So what do you do? What do you do? And
Anyway.
I think in March they might be releasing a 100-year
I heard that
special
as well. Yeah.
jersey. So
Yep.
I'll take
Nice.
out a loan for that. The
Yeah.
West
Anyways, I think we're gonna end it there. CJ, you want to do the outro?
We do have a couple questions sent in via Instagram.
Go on.
Oh wow, that's cool. Didn't
So
expect
we
that.
got- Well,
We have Dennis. We have Dennis sending a question.
He's sailing the Red Seas right now. I don't think. We are anyway. We got a. All right. Anyway. Do you think the current manager is the right fit for Olympiakos in the long term? Liam.
Yeah, what do you reckon, Liam?
Obviously. I don't even think if anyone wants to say that he isn't, then you got no idea what you're saying, because he's won us a European title, which we've never done. He's playing more kids than we've ever seen for a very long time. He shows that he cares about the future. He doesn't just care about the present. With how many kids he's given an opportunity to, the way he's used the academy, absolutely no reason to suggest that he's not a long-term manager with what he's done and everything. So, 100%. I don't even think that's even an argument.
Yeah, I'm with Liam. I think he's a very good coach, good European pedigree. He's also Spanish, and that already gives him another tick. And I think he's very good for the long run. Hopefully, he's going to be like the next Martins. And I think his presence can attract more footballers to come to OCFP.
I agree. I think Medilibar has taken the club where Martins should have. Martins could have. Yeah, he had plenty of time to do it. Look what Medilibar's done in the year. If they could pen to paper another. What is it?
I don't like the Martins slander, by the way. I think if it wasn't for COVID, I think he would have done really good things for the club. I think he just got stuffed over with COVID, couldn't sell some players and couldn't bring some players in that he wanted to do, and it just it made everything stale, and that's what sort of happened.
I agree with you to an extent, but I disagree with some of that.
We won't get into that topip because I can go all
won't
day.
get into it.
Next question, Dennis. Yeah.
Be quiet, Chris. No, I was going to say something. This is Chris Oz's last episode, guys, so enjoy. Have there been any surprising underperformances this year? I'm going to say one that's come off the top of my head. Now, I'm not saying he's played. Look, I'm not mentioning Velde, Willie. I'm not mentioning dog shit players. We're talking good players that have underperformed so far.
CJ, man.
A couple come off the top of my head, and you guys might argue me. I'm going to say Retsos.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I don't think he's that good of
I
a
think
player.
Masuras is a good one to say because he's really done nothing.
I was actually thinking Masuras. Masuras was gonna be my man. I was gonna say William, but I think Masuras is more appropriate because William just went to the favelas and took the paper and left.
No. Again, it's players we expected to be good but have underperformed.
Masuras is definitely one, I think.
Did we expect him to be amazing? I'm sorry.
You
expected him to be an important
better
part
than
of the team
what he is.
He's just not even doing that now.
Take away last season. Don't think about last season. Think about the.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that I expected him to have a role in the team, at least when he comes on, he provides something. Or but he hasn't even done that this year. So he's been
That
disappointing. I
Kiwi
think
guy is also not. That Kiwi guy as well. He's not very good.
Stamenic, yeah. Yedamchuk could be doing more. Just trying to think who else
What
could.
I think no, I think Masuras. I was just joking with the red sauce. Camo looked a bit shady the last couple ones, but you're allowed to have a couple brain farts.
Yep. Well, what's the next question?
Dennis asking to come back.
So we're all going with Masuras and Stamenic.
Yeah.
The last question is actually a really, really good one.
Wow.
And might need some time to think about it. Greatest memory as an Olympiakos supporter other than the Conference League?
Oh,
No mentions of Upper World.
what do you mean?
Probably beating Manchester United 2-0 at home. I remember I was a young kid watching with Papu and I was really excited. Obviously, we know what happened in the second leg. Or the El Arabi 120th minute winner. That was a big one as well.
Where's Al Arabi now, though?
So there's the Upper World mention.
I wish we kept him for one more year.
Well, Bar's leaving Abwell, so you can take him back if you want.
Usainu Bar, mate, he's ready for the Premier League.
No, not that one. Another one. The other one, the younger one.
Oh, with the H at the end. No, you should.
Yeah. My greatest memory, CJ, would probably be when I watched them live. I think just different, just completely different to like any other football game I've ever been to in my life. So I think that was probably the greatest memory for me. And owning my first Olympiakos jersey with Fortunis on the back, I think the greatest memory for me. And yeah, and I'm not allowed to say who it is against because CJ would get mad at me. So, but yeah,
I just knew you were gonna say that.
It was against. Well, yeah. Well, it was my best memory against the world, not the result, but just being able to be there and witness a European game and do a European away trip. I've never done that before, so yeah, that's definitely my greatest memory for Olympiakos. What about you, Mr. CL?
I don't. We can't top that, but man, so many go through my head. Obviously, the game against Arsenal, the game against United, Atletico Madrid, Juventus. One that that I freaked out. Oh fuck! The one that got me hyped. How sad. Mitroglu's hat trick against Adelaide.
Yeah, in the Champions League. That's a iconic.
That was such
Mitroglou. I love that man. Oh. Then he went to Galatasaray.
Mate, that's I think it was a second goal. He put it top bids for absolutely no reason.
No reason.
Bro, Time Mitroglou was so underrated. What a finisher.
That's going to be you next week, Liam. You next week, putting it top bids for no reason.
Yeah, that's a good one, CJ, as well.
Can you wear your pink boots?
I was trying to think of some others.
There's just
I think the cup penalty shootout against Ike, I was too young, but if I was able to experience that.
Shit. Yeah.
If I was able to experience that as like now or something, I'd probably say that would be an insane moment. So I've watched that match back so many times. What a match that was!
I think there was
Gary Mendes Rodriguez is another one for me.
What is this guy talking about?
Signing Mendes Rodriguez.
Who's that?
Glassy.
Oh,
His name was not Mendes Rodriguez.
Yeah, it is
Gary Rodriguez.
Gary Mendes Rodriguez. Look it up.
Yeah, we need to make an episode. We need to make an episode of just like reminiscing all this.
Why don't we make an episode of the biggest flops to ever play for Olympiakos and then just list the MNEKs and
get absolute
that's like a 10-hour episode starting with Sudani.
Benzia, who was in the Benzia. Do you remember Benzia?
Didn't he cop that red card in?
Yeah, against Red Star. Yeah, against Red Star, and he was in the Puskas Awards this year.
You're joking.
That
what
a chaos.
What about Rafik Jawad?
I think he won the Puskas Awards. Wait, I think he did. Who
So
won
his
the
first trophy.
Puskas Awards?
Liam, what's the
Wait.
setup? Why are you sitting on your? Why are you in a bed?
Oh, it was Garnacho who won.
Do you?
I'm not on my bed. I'm on the couch.
Where,
Oh.
can you, off the top of your head, name
No,
a
I'm not on the couch.
footballer
I'm just,
that
I'm just on
that you
something.
forgot that's played for Olympiakos?
A player? Yeah, Toure.
Yeah, here's one. Do you know who played for Olympiakos?
Dos Santos.
No, I
Rivaldo.
don't think Chris. I don't think you know him, but Liam. Do you remember Capsis?
Yeah, I do. I actually do.
Bro, that's wild. Raul Bravo played for Olympiakos as well.
Yeah, I knew that as well.
Can you
I'm trying
guys
to
tell
think
me
of-
if just a sec, sorry. I've kind of Can you
Sorry,
tell
I
me
remember-
just like
Say it again.
Segacic played for Olympiakos.
Segic from Sydney FC?
Yeah, he played for Olympiakos.
Is
Wow.
Galanopoulos any good?
He's all right.
Why? Oh, yeah, he moved. I forgot. He moved to Upwell from Ike. Yeah,
Yeah. Apparently he's really good.
yeah he's decent. Yeah,
He plays for the Ethnic Gear.
for your shitty league, he's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How many teams in Europe though?
Huh?
How
Bro,
many
you
teams in
guys,
Europe?
isn't the Kipreki Olympiakos like the emblem a tent?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? That's worse than Columbus Crew when they had like the 3 people as their logo.
Yeah, I remember that. But
Pretty-
no, I was gonna say something to Liam. Liam, wear your pink boots so we can match, please.
I'm probably gonna wear my
No, your pink
OFC.
ones.
no
Can
my
you wear pink
yellow
ones?
ones.
No, can you wear pink ones so we can match?
No, I want to wear my yellow ones because I might be getting some custom writing on them.
Cheers, Wenzaldinho. What are you gonna get on it?
I might be getting I love Jesus on my boots.
Yeah, good. Good. We do love Jesus. But
Jesus Navas.
Jesus Navas did not play for Olympiakos.
He retired this week. Anyway, CJ. Oh,
Yeah, we're
here
gonna
we
wrap
go.
it up.
Liam, wear pink boots. You can match with Chrysos.
Yeah,
Look,
thank you, Wenzaldinho.
Chrysos, it is. You know what Wenzel was telling me today at work? He was
What?
telling me that you and him are like pretty much best mates. Like he kind of views you as his best mate. Would you say that you sort of view him back as one of your best mates?
I don't really. I mean, from probably the Melbourne boys, yeah.
Yeah,
Him,
okay.
you,
You're
and Harididis and Xanakidis.
Xanakidis.
You're not best mates unless you've slept at Chris Oz's house. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I
because
mean-
Wenzel was telling me how yeah, and how did this tell me that what's it called? He feels quite because he was with his girlfriend and stuff. But next time you're in Sydney together, or next time he's in Sydney, make sure you message him and he wants to stay at your house with you and everything. So yeah,
Really? Well, the house is open to him whenever he wants.
that's respect. Your house is like the KFC hotel if we ever play in Sydney.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, well, Wenzel's coming down next year, so you can get him down
As
as
long
well.
as you bring the wags too.
Gee, okay. I think that's a really good time to end the stream now after
Yeah.
that statement.
I didn't say where they were going to sleep. They can sleep with on the spare beds. They're not going to sleep with me. That's
Oh, okay.
disrespect. Come on, I'm not like that.
No homo though.
Yeah, no, you have to have socks on. Then it's not homo. But yeah, guys.
Liam,
Good
I'm gonna let you do the outro.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Panetolikos. Big year ahead, 100 years. We'll be back next week, courtesy of CJ organising a half season episode.
Yeah, don't
Hopefully,
just
we get
dump
big
it on me,
Iganaki.
dude. Don't just dump it on me.
Well, you're the one that wants to do it.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Have a good night. Panetolikos, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.